Hello, this is Tomasz Lechocinski for TUTS Plus and welcome back to the modeling of Hern. Last time we just made a tail leg and we now need to create the rest of this leg. So as you remember, we're just sculpting this part in multi-resolution mesh and we're gently adding features of the bones in the fingers. So as you can see, I'm slowly building up this bone part, okay, as you can see, and now with a press Ctrl I can push surface. So now I will do the wrinkles of the skin around the hooves. As you can see, I'm adding just nice and bold strokes, then I'm smoothing them down using Shift key. As you can see, it's a slow process of building up some skin wrinkles. So now add some wrinkles, and don't worry if you have some noise jitter over there, because this way the surface will look much more natural, as you can see in your hand in real life. This feature is greatly built in Modo sculpting tools, so it will introduce a lot of realism to your designs. So now let's just think about how the skin will bend and flow over this kind of features. Okay, so now let's move them and add some more articulated skin folds. And now let's do the upper part. So now add some tendons to this and also over here, and let's create even more exaggerated ones. So now the tendons will look, they will be just stretched and ready for action. Okay, and now the bone in the joint. So I believe it should stick out in this side even more. So now slowly build this part when the foot bends. Okay, and now we can add some details also over here. Okay, so let's push surface again. So we need introduced some nice hard edges to the underlying bones. Okay, so we need some hard edge here and a hard edge over here. Okay, and again we can just add wrinkles of the skin to this joint, and I believe we need to add some over there also. When sculpting this kind of features, you should constantly watch your own hands or feet or wrist to see how your skin bends on this kind of joints, and this will give you very nice and real examples of how these features are made in real life. So now let's introduce some veins. Okay, but this should be way too much, so we need to add veins also over here. So just draw the vein, but not super big. So draw the vein, and then it's not so big, so I'll turn off symmetry and I drew the vein from here to here. Remember, vein will be much more visible when it is over the bone, and will be less visible when the veins is drawn on top of the muscles. so bear this in mind. Okay, now we need to smooth this vein just a little bit, okay, to get rid of faceting. And now we can add some veins also over here to give this feet better articulation. And of course we can show this way that muscles in Hern are very well developed. Okay, the stronger the muscle, the more veins are located outside of it, so it should be more visible. And we can add some veins also on this side and on the back of tights, so we can add this muscle again. Turn on symmetry on X again, and now we will add some features to hooves. First, we need to separate the hooves from the skin, so now add a nice crisp edge over here with a small brush, and we need to just separate this hard hoof surface from the soft skin with a harsh line, like so. And now, after finishing the hooves, we can inspect how our character looks. So press and now when he is looking good, we can add some more features to him. So now create new mesh, call it earring, and we add some jewelry. Now go to inactive meshes and go to wireframe and choose texture shaded, and now go to right view and draw on the screen. Setting up viewport this way will give you ability to see selected meshes in OpenGL mode and all the background meshes in nice gray color. So as you can see, I'm just created a ring. Now scale this down and also make this even more wider. Select those and delete them. And now with edges, double click on them and press P to create polygons. Now we need to create uvmap for this. So go to the UV editor and select uvmap and press clear. And we need to activate UV pillar, but we got a problem. UV pillar has made some errors with it, so let's try again, and we got the same bad result. That is why we can do it another way. So select those polygons on the outside and press Ctrl X to temporarily cut them. Select edge and activate UV pillar, and this way Modo can peel this off, and now we can paste this polygon back, okay, by pressing Ctrl V. Now hide this peeled part and go to the project from view and make some two projections. Remember, we did this in the first part of the video, so now I'm just moving forward with this. It's just a recollection of things that you did in previous part. So now select this inner ring and activate move tool with the tear off, and then you can just move this part away, and you can stitch this together by selecting edge and going to move and sew and press to select it. Okay, now press back UV. Remember to have stretch 10 off, and now with the polygons we can just adjust the size. Go to the screen and now just move UV islands to the best positions. So with the turn on rainbow image, as you can see, we got nicely UV'd surface, and now we can add texture to it. So with this part selected, press M to add texture, rename it to runes, and create another UV map called runes, and go to the edit UVs copy, go to the runes UV map, and then press paste. So now fit UVs. Okay, go to polygon mode, select all of this and add some, press Alt C to add edges, change mode to symmetry, count to 2. Okay, now select this, press L to select all loop and activate Alt C loop slice again. And we need to do it the same for this part, but this time we need to count of 1. We are adding one edge, go to free mode and set this edge for about 2%, and also do it the same for this part, but this time we need to add edge at 80%. 98. As you can see, now it is looking quite good. Select this and press M to add material. Drag this material below the base shader. Okay, drag this material below base shader. Expand it, select material inside it, and go to material ref and bump altitude set to 1 mm and displacement distance set to 0.5 mm, and drag this runes PNG to the shader tree. Now you got image over the earring. So now in subdivision settings, turn on multi-resolution and go to current level, set to 5. Okay, this way we will get enough resolution to work with this kind of signs. Okay, now go to material properties and with the change in runes, change low value to -50% and change its effect to displacement. See in Advanced OpenGL how the surface is displaced. So we get nice real life runes embedded in the surface. So now we are at current level 5 and go to the utilities, convert to multiple resolution, and now we got one thing done, because this image map is no longer needed and it was baked on the multi-resolution sculpt. So now we can just refine this, go to the tangent center pinch brush and just crease edges of this symbol. As you can see, I just turn on speed mode because it's a very tedious job to do so, and we don't want to waste our time. As you can see, I'm gently adding some irregular sharpening of the edges. This way it will look like it would be hand-filled and in some woods in UK. Okay, so now we got nice magical signs built in to this earring, and we can add some very sharp edges also over here. And now change brush to push, and we can smooth even more. Okay, now go to the center pinch and also sharpen the edges. And I believe we are done. So go to geometry, go to edit, center to bounding box, and set center. This way you can move center of the earring with a move tool. Okay, activate move tool, rotate, and just adjust this position to your liking. Okay, go to model tab, change in inactive meshes mode to shaded. This way you can see how your earring is interacting with the base surface of the Hern. And I believe we're done with the earring. Now we need to add teeth to our character. So press F6 to bring presets, go to meshes human, and from this palette choose teeth, press load, and you get mesh to your item list. So select this folder and just move these guys from here. Select gums, teeth, and teeth bottom, and we need to move them up because they are on the origin points right now. Okay, as you can see, they are over there. Activate move tool and move them up. Okay, now we got change view to front to right, and then move to this front of the face of Hern, and we can see that he's showing his teeth to us, and we need to split gums between upper jaw and lower jaw. So select this gums and select teeth top and paste them, and also select gums on the lower part, select them and go to teeth bottom and paste them. Okay, now select this mesh if we don't need it anymore. We can parent this two meshes to the main body. Okay, and we can just move it over there, but before we need to center the center. So go to file, center the bounding box, and also do it the same for the top mesh. So edit, center the bounding box, center, and now we can move this upper part even more. So we need to just adjust teeth position so we can see them on the face of Hern. Okay, so scale them a little bit more and just move forward. And now let's move this a little bit to the back. And we get a problem because lower part of the teeth is sticking from the bottom side of mouth, so we need to add fall off, turn off symmetrical, into properties, turn off symmetrical, and activate scale tool, and then activate move tool also. As you can see, we have no sticking parts at all. So I believe we're done with teeth. Now let's add magic stone to our character. So go to the front view, and we need to model some talisman. Okay, and I believe we can clean up this item list by dragging all the locators to the texture group. Okay, create new mesh by pressing N, call it stone, and activate cube tool and draw one cube in the front of you. Okay, it should have segments set like in my case. And now go to polygon mode, delete those polygons inside. So we need to move this part and activate loop slice and add one edge in the middle. So select this edge. Oh, it's better to move those polygons just over there. Okay, and we need to select those polygons and move them up. Okay, shift up arrow to select more and move them up. Select this polygon, this edge, and move it to the right. Okay, so select those edges below and move them just like me. Okay, I deleted this extra edges, we don't need them anymore. Go to subdivision mode, and as you can see we got nice smoothing. So move this part also to the up, and this edges we need to just move over there. Okay, we got nice rounded hole, and we need to extrude it. So not this way, we need to select polygons and press Shift X to go to extrude mode, and we can just, and I think it's enough, go to subdivision mode. As you can see, we got a nice hole punched through this stone, and we can add some edges. So select this one and press Alt C, select two, press L and then Alt C. Okay, now this shape is coming to life. So select those edges and those edges, and I believe we can just activate scale tool and bring them closer together. As you can see, we get nice rounding on the corners. Press D to make this mesh even denser. Okay, and now we can go back to sculpting tools, press F3 to activate sculpt tools, and go to push, and this time change sculpt mode to mesh, not the mesh, not image details, but mesh. As you can see, we can go back to sculpting and just move vertices in a very nice and organic manner. It's not multi-resolution sculpt, we are just moving the vertices of actual mesh. So as you can see, you learn how to mesh, how to sculpt in multi-resolution mesh, and now I'm showing you how to sculpt the real mesh itself. So as you can see, you got freedom of choice with Modo tools. Okay, so I believe we add some volume because it was quite boring and flat, and we can add some volumes also over here. In mesh sculpting, the one thing you should know, that brush can take also front facing polygons and those on the back. It's because it depends on brush size. So we need to sculpt this very, very gently. Okay, just by nudging this bit by bit. Okay, and as you can see, smooth is also located under Shift key. As you can see, you can add some variety to this surface. But if we gone too far and this stone looks somehow distorted, we can, don't worry, we can smooth it out. Activate Smooth tool and press 1 and 2 and 3 on the screen and watch how the Modo is interpolating all those sculpts between them. So now it's beginning to look like real stone. Okay, we can just make this hole a lot smaller using Scale tool, and I believe we got two obvious corners in this kind of feature. So select this edges and just delete them. We don't need those two also. Press delete, and I believe we can go on to the bottom, select those two and delete them, and we can select those two and delete them also. So now I think it's starting to look very, very nice. And one thing we need to do, we need to take care of the center of this mesh. So go to items, go to edit and go to center box, go to top. This time we need to have center top, but we can change to center selection and select actual center and just move the center to the middle of the hole. Then change your mode to items, and then you can move the stone from the center of the hole. As you can see, it is a very natural way of placing this kind of features. Just like in real life, you should have a strap that is going through the hole, and we will build the strap just about in a second. So rotate the stone, try to mimic lying on the Hern's chest. And now we need to add some strap to hold this in place. So go to Basic tab, this time activate Cylinder tool and change view top, and just draw the circle from the center point. Okay, just move it to the center of the neck and make this even bigger. Move it up, and now go to polygon mode, double click, press B to activate bevel tool and delete this big polygon, and now we got a nice row of quads, and we can just line this on the Hern skin. But we need to do one more thing. We need to go to snapping and activate background constraint mode, and this way we can make sure that you have handle constraint on and double-sided turn on. This way it will be much easier for Modo to calculate intersection between meshes. And now you can just gently move this row of polygons down. As you can see, there are some errors sometimes when we push too far, so I believe we can leave it this way and do the rest of the posing manually. Okay, it's sticking, it's sticking. Okay, I can turn off for a second. Okay, Ctrl Z to undo that. And now, once again, we get constraint. I will make this a little bit, scale this up. And now, and move it a little bit forward. And now activate background constraint and just move this a little bit down. Okay, I believe is quite good. So we'll go to edges and move this up and rotate this edge. Turn off snapping. And now move this forward and move this edge also forward and to the back. And okay, let's move this edge to the left side, move this edge and scale it, this edge just a bit, just to fit in the hole. Okay, to align transformation gizmo to your selection, press Alt X. So Alt X is the shortcut for that. So move this tool, okay, and move these edges also up so they won't intersect with the surface underneath. So move this even up, turn off action center to automatic again, and this way Modo will be much more responsive. And now we can just move the strap over here, okay, and also here, just move it forward. And I think this should be a little bit smaller. So remember Alt X to change action center to selection. And move it up. Okay. And I think we need to do also on the back. So select this edges and delete. We need to select those edges and delete them, those edges and delete them, and those two edges, and just move them over here. Okay, and we can move this edge also over here, and we can move this edge also over here, and I believe we can move this edge outside. Okay, now all parts are over the skin of Hern. Okay, we can now move this part upwards and those parts also, and I believe we are on the finish. So this is the end of this part. Join me next time when we will be finishing this strap and we add some cloth to Hern. this is the end of this part. Join me next time. Thank you.